this is the magic funnel. So what you're saying is, what you're telling me is, the center back drops to the 6 to get the ball, correct? This will be the ball. Oops. Hang on a second, check.
Oh, it doesn't stick.
Hang on 1 second, it's okay.
How could we bring the board?
Right? So if the center back drops, then you're gonna go up. As you go up, you go wide. Because the idea of build out is to move wide, right? So then if the ball goes that way, right? And you feel like you have to move back, you move back along this line, right? Now, in build up, you don't hold position. What's relevant to the build up is how much support this player needs right here. If the attackers come, right, then she's gonna need an option right and left. So if you see the attacker come, you come here. And that's a line of control, like futsal. That's like an escandinha. The goalkeeper's in the line of control. So then the next person, right, is the center back, the pivot, center defensive midfielder. That person will probably come there. If the ball goes like that, you're allowed to go here or here, just like futsal. It's your line of control. There's the post. If the ball goes into the center defender, you go and support. You tuck in and support. Right? So you start with a position and then it becomes fluid. The people you have to know who's responsible for the ball. There's only going to be 4, maybe 5 people responsible for the ball. Generally speaking, in build out, there's 4 people responsible for the ball: goalie, center back, one of the outside backs, right? And then this is what's called the free man. If you're on the other side, right, the ball goes this way. This player comes here. The back goes there, right? The pivot drops in. Ball goes there, right? There's your line of control. 1, 2, 3. You are no longer part of the structure controlling the ball. Therefore, you give structure. Well, the question is do you support? You're allowed to invert and support. That's not crazy, right? At the point where you're no longer of the 4 that control the ball and the vicinity of the ball, questions are you among the next group of players that support the ball? If you're among the next group of players that support the ball, right, you're allowed to go and support the ball. If you don't feel like you can go and support the ball, then you're giving structure. Your structure is defined by that line there. In build out, structure is width. The maximum width you can give is along this line. You can't give width in here. Can't give width here. Can't give width here. You gotta kind of give width here. Right where that line hits. Right? Now, those 4 are controlling the ball. These next 2 are support. Everyone else gives width and structure. So then now it becomes an issue here, where the 2 of you are playing the same position, right? So you have to think about it like the ball moves there. Okay, I'm not involved with the ball. The ball moves there again. The ball moves there again. This guy, it's almost like a 3-1, right? This guy will move. This guy will show. Ball moves there, right? This guy comes, and now the line of control is there. 3, 1, right? Now the question is who's supporting, right? And who's giving structure, creating the funnel, right?
Their backs are never moves. They stays all the time, up and down. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ball starts here. It goes, let's say, it can only go 1 or 2 places, right? Let's say you start there, the back drops in. So once the back drops in, you come along the magic funnel, right? Now, if the ball's coming to your side, ball comes here. There's your line of control, right? This is for a press, whether it's 2 or 3, right? Press, you need a line of control. This guy shows, right? So this guy gets the ball.
This is the goal, like
The pivot shows, right? Let's say, where do you think the ball goes next, generally speaking? Where does the center back put the ball next?
they play wide.
She plays wide every time?
Yeah.
So, play wide here. Again, you don't step back here. You stay in front of that line. Play wide here. Now, your relevant line of control is goalkeeper, right? And you drive. You drive with the right foot, protect with the left. Boom, right? Now, the question is, now who's responsible for the ball? You drive, there's your help there, and then there's gonna be at least one player.
They usually go like they come midfielders.
Well, the question is this person coming?
No, inside.
Is this person coming, right? Do you have a person on the outside?
Yeah.
All the
Okay,
time, yeah.
so she comes on the outside. So this person comes here, right?
Yeah, or
And now that's a 3-1, right? If they're pressing, you want to be in a 3-1. If they're not pressing, then you've got time. La pelopina. You can go in here and you can create a boca, right? If they're not pressing, you can go here and you can create.
They're always pressing.
All right, well, they're always pressing. So if they're pressing, you want 3-1, right? And you pass. If you pass the 3-1, you want to tell this girl to go support, and this player step here and support. And there's the escandinha.
These kids always stay wide, never support, just play.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If they're pressing, they can't be positional. You have to work that out, right? You have to tell them what a 3-1 is. There's the line of control, right?
It's the midfielder center backs that usually work in the middle.
There's the line of control. There's the post, right? You have to tell this player, if you pass the ball back that way, this player's got to go.
Oh, they do go up, yeah.
Right?
But not
It's gotta go
getting
there.
into the far
If you
middle.
pass the ball here, this player's got to support,
Yep. Okay.
right?
Control the
Because then,
support, yeah.
because you say your support, and then you go there,
Yep. Talk
right?
about it.
But the idea is, are you responsible for the ball? If you're responsible for the ball, you have to know what the relevant line of 3 is, right? So you could drive this way, and she just keeps going farther. She keeps running away from you.
Yep. That's how they play, yeah.
So you could drive this way, and then the relevant line of control is going to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you would just play this player back. When you play that player back, right, she's supposed to drive, and this player goes inside, right? See the 3-1? When you play back this way, this player's supposed to drive inside. So when she gets the ball,
She's
she
starting
drives.
watching. in her
Well, that's the
position.
thing. It's like, look, you tell her I'm gonna drive, right? So I say, you get the ball right away, right? You get the ball shallow, boom, right? This player drops. So now the relevant line of 3, right? This player either steps or this player steps into the post, right? But let's say you play the ball back. If you play the ball back in the middle, this player's got to go and you got to go.
It's never gonna work that way. You gotta watch the game. That's
No,
how
but
they
you got to
play.
tell her what's happened. That's
No,
point.
they don't listen to coach. They don't listen to players. They
All right,
just
then
go by
don't play,
I
right?
mean,
It's
but
like-
look at the game, and then but positioning wise, she's off. That's the thing, you know.
Well,
That's
where are you?
not the
Show me,
technical.
where are you? So let's hit
She's
pause.
right here.
So let's hit pause. So where's the ball?
The other side, right there.
So the ball's on the far side, right? So you're not one of the. There's always pressing, right?
But this
Then
is
there-
this is the ball. Okay.
Then the problem with this is it's magnetized.
Uh-huh.
If this is the ball, right? And they're always pressing. You have to find it's going to be 3 in the offensive zone. Once she clears the offensive zone, there are 5 players responsible for the ball. Right? Now look what happens here. When the next players, so there's going to be ball, right? Immediate responsibility for the ball, right? Immediate responsibility for the ball, support off the ball, and now your decision is to give structure, right? So structurally, you want to be, the ball's here, right? Structurally, you want to be here.
She's at
Right.
the right position, I guess.
No, she here. I like it, right? But if these players aren't going to drift outside you, right? You're always the widest player, so you should be here. So this player coming like that.
In the middle, yeah. Right here. So this is
See, if
20
you go,
yards.
if you go all the way out here,
the top of box. It's a top of box.
if you go all the way out here, right? So the top of the box, then you be here at the top, yeah, right?
Use the funnel,
If
right?
if you go all the way out here, then that's going to pull this player into that space there, right? And now
This
you
is
got
the ball.
enough. Now you got enough players to control what's going on. So this is the ball right there, right? There's the line of control, right? This player, if the ball's here, right? This player will be here, right? You won't be here, since no one ever goes wider than you, right? You're gonna come here and start your way inside from there, right? She should be cutting in as well with us. So the ball gets passed here. If the ball gets passed this way, this player should be either running that way or running this way. So let's say this player should run this way, right? Because that's the 3-1. Pass the other way, boom, right? If she doesn't get the ball, she goes here, she goes here, right? Now we step up. Now the 3, line of 3 is there, here, right? Yeah?
So why don't you just watch the film and correct her positioning? That's the best way.
So now you understand, right? Is that you're in the midfield, you can go inside because the ball's gonna stop, you wanna control. But as we get more attacking, you wanna go wider and then narrower. Go ahead. So when you go narrow here, you're gonna pull that player deeper, see? So that's nice, right? That's great. But because you're there, it limits your attacking line to 4.
This Ellie is there.
Right?
See how she runs outside and then
Alright,
forwards are each side?
So now,
See?
so that's not bad. Like, that's not bad, right? So when you lost the ball, right, you came in, which is fine. Which is what you want to do. You want to cover,
Yep. That's good.
right? And then what do? You give now. So now when you win the ball back, let's go back.
She played the wide back. And then she ran through.
Well, let's go back to when she wins the ball. Yeah. Did she win the ball yet?
Yep, she's winning.
All right, so hit pause.
She's winning.
All right, hit pause. All right, let's back it out now. All right, so you won the ball,
She
right?
passed to it, but she got pressed right.
And
Surrounded by 4.
yeah, which is fine. So you pass to her, right? What happens next?
She couldn't receive it and then ball just went out because she didn't play to the feet.
You want to play feet,
Yeah. And then
right? So in transition, you have to play the feet. And where are you now?
all the way.
Because you're narrow. You're defending, so that's fine.
Yep, that's good.
You can defend narrow. All right, you can hit pause on the video.